Received a verbal order from Maria, so y'all help me out here, that you can't leave till all the food's gone. So everybody make sure you don't see and the booze, the food and the booze. So,
got any number
we just wanted to stop and say thank you to Bob and Patty Brown. They've it's 38 years. I had the incredible honor of being in the C4 Cowboys with Bob. And with Patty, because Patty was a C4 Cowboy. So they were, I didn't know this, I'm not very bright, but they were dating in high school. And then they showed up and there was nothing that I knew. I didn't know y'all were dating. Then they get married, but we loved Patty as a C4 Cowboy. Certainly Bob has served our country for 38 years, done incredible things. It's just an unbelievable ceremony yesterday. And the impact of having a classmate retire another classmate is just so special. And I know, like all of us, we've all heard those speeches 1,000 times. Jim, that was as best I've heard. That was just fast.
Except the defense. No, except the defense. That was total BS.
Well, I did hear from Marty Coyne that you played offense, he played defense.
I didn't say that.
But we have a tradition in the class for the folks who lead and for our class reunions and very other special events to provide a class crest. And Bill Dower makes these. These are handmade. All the pieces of wood are their natural color. He doesn't stain anything. He buys all these crazy pieces of wood and builds this thing. And but we wanted to present one to Bob and Patty. I wanted to say a couple of things. That Bob, being in school with him, as plebes, we would sit around. We didn't have stereos, and I was a very incredibly mediocre guitar player. But 6 or 8 of us would sit around and play guitar. And then afterwards, Bob would just pat me on the back and say, "Mark, you are fabulous." And, I would practice for a week because Bob had told me how good I was. And I tell this story in San Antonio at a little company event, and John Britton's there. Some of y'all know John. And John goes, "Oh my goodness." And when I was at Buckner, I played the guitar. Bob was there. He told me I was the best guitar player. But that's just the kind of, Bob's the world's greatest encourager. And you think about that word encourage, and that it provides other people courage. Provides them, the ability to keep going. I know, Bob, that's exactly what he was. And the other thing that stood out is in Soch was our senior year. 15 of us in there. And if y'all remember, we had 3 groups of 5. And we had the opportunity to nuke the other group. So if you and the other group would not nuke each other, everybody get an A. If you nuked them first, you got a B, and the other group got the C. And so our group's trying to, let's go out. I go out in the hallway, and who comes out for the other side? It's Bob. I go, I think we can pull this off, And Bob looks at me and says, "Mark, don't let me down, because I'm going to go back and tell her." I go in there and, Billy Hubbard, incredibly charismatic guy. He's on my table, and I'm having trouble getting Billy to buy into this. Because Billy's going, I can afford to get a B. I can't afford to get a C. So I need to nuke these guys. But finally, it was a 3-2 vote, and we won. But the other thing is, Bob, he had your back. You knew you could trust him. There was nothing you had to worry about. And the last thing is, if you go to YouTube, there's a video of Coach K with Team USA. In 2004, the team, we didn't do well in the Olympics. They bring in Coach K. He's got LeBron and Kobe and the 15 greatest players in the world there. And he gets up in front of them, and he's flown Bob in to speak to him. And he goes, "I've been around incredible leaders all my life. The best leader I've ever been around is the guy who's my basketball player at West, Bob Brown." But I wanted to just say thank you, Bob and Patty, and we just wanted to say. Only one other thing I've got is.
Yeah.
You'll say something.
Yeah, you never give a general a chance to say something. But I would I just tell you, this is really humbling. I'm so proud. I am proud to be part of this class. It's an amazing class. And I think when we were all there, we kind of took it for granted a little bit. You know, you got all these friends and you're together, and you don't realize till you get out. It's amazing the success of the folks who got out at 5 years, got out at any point, the success of folks that stayed in across the board. It's an amazing class, amazing people. I think brilliant idea, the mini reunions. Yeah. Really fantastic. I want to thank the McConvilles for doing this, for hosting this one. 'Cause, you know, this guy is busy, I can tell you. I mean, the definition of busy, it's unbelievable. And then just to have Jimmy do the ceremony yesterday, I'd follow this guy anywhere. He's unbelievable. And it was such an honor to have him do the ceremony. And then all of you, I was so proud, you know, call out the class, and louder than I've ever heard a class there. I would call it obnoxious, which is great, because it's good obnoxious, you know, and at least we didn't do the cowboy cheer. That would really but it's just such an honor, and Bill Dower, thanks. This I will treasure this, and in fact, also Billy was with us in C4, but thank you very much. Real honor and very humbling, and I still maintain they probably got the wrong Brown, but that's okay. Eventually they'll figure it out. And but thank you very much. A real honor.
Freeze
Thanks.
frame.
The last thing I wanted to say, we've got all the class officers here tonight, and I just wanted to say thank you for everything they're doing. Mike Miner, who's Dan Ragsdale, the crazy colonel. And Miles Reardon, where's Miles? And Nancy Harmon Stevens.
Nancy!
And there's two guys in our class that, there's two people in our class that actually do most of the work. And one of them couldn't be here because Raquel's recovering. That's Bill Buck. You know, and the other one is Dirk Stevens, and he's actually the guy doing all the work behind the scenes. He's kind of like the duck, you know, floating around. His legs are going like crazy, and he's just incredible for our class and all the things he does. But just want to say thank you, and before everyone freezes, we're going to shut up.
Yeah, go back in the house.
Yeah, long time no see. Too long. Yeah. I don't know if it was Oh, are you? Yeah. Yeah. Right. Yeah.